Here are 30 most commonly asked interview questions along with detailed answers for cybersecurity, threat intelligence analyst roles. 1. What is threat intelligence, and why is it important in cybersecurity? Answer. Threat intelligence refers to the knowledge and insights gained from analyzing potential or current cyber threats targeting an organization. It encompasses information about threat actors, their tactics, techniques, and procedures (TTPs), as well as indicators of compromise (IOCs). Threat intelligence is crucial in cybersecurity as it empowers organizations to anticipate, detect, and mitigate cyber threats proactively, enhancing their overall security posture and incident response capabilities. 2. Can you explain the difference between strategic, tactical, and operational threat intelligence? Answer. Strategic threat intelligence focuses on long-term planning and decision-making, providing insights into emerging trends, threat actors' motivations, and potential future threats. Tactical threat intelligence involves actionable information aimed at supporting day-to-day security operations and incident response activities. Operational threat intelligence deals with immediate threats and ongoing security incidents, offering real-time data on active attacks, vulnerabilities, and potential security breaches within an organization's environment. 3. How do you gather threat intelligence? Answer. Threat intelligence can be collected from various sources, including open-source intelligence OSINT, commercial threat feeds, dark web monitoring, information-sharing platforms ISACs ISAOs, government agencies, industry reports, and security research communities. Additionally, organizations can generate internal threat intelligence through log analysis, incident response activities, and threat hunting exercises within their networks. 4. What are some common indicators of compromise IOCs, and how do you use them in threat intelligence analysis? Answer. Common IOCs include IP addresses, domain names, file hashes, email addresses, and patterns of malicious behavior. Threat intelligence analysts leverage IOCs to identify and track malicious activity across networks, systems, and applications. By correlating IOCs with known threat actor profiles and attack patterns, analysts can detect and respond to security incidents more effectively, minimizing the impact of cyber threats. 5. How do you prioritize threats in threat intelligence analysis? Answer. Threat prioritization involves assessing the severity, relevance, and potential impact of identified threats based on factors such as the organization's industry vertical, asset criticality, existing security controls, and regulatory requirements. Analysts can use frameworks like the Common Vulnerability Scoring System (CVS), MITRE, ATT, and CK framework, or industry-specific threat matrices to prioritize threats and allocate resources accordingly. 6. Can you explain the MITRE ATT and CK framework, and how do you use it in threat intelligence analysis? Answer. The MITRE ATT and CK framework is a comprehensive knowledge base of adversary tactics, techniques, and procedures (TTPs) based on real-world observations. It categorizes cyber threats into matrices representing different stages of the attack lifecycle, from initial access to exfiltration. Threat intelligence analysts leverage the ATT and CK framework to map observed TTPs to known threat actor groups, identify gaps in defenses, and improve detection and response capabilities. 7. How do you assess the credibility and reliability of threat intelligence sources? Answer. Assessing the credibility and reliability of threat intelligence sources involves evaluating factors such as the source's reputation, ideology, accuracy of past reporting, timeliness of updates, and alignment with organizational needs and priorities. Analysts should also consider cross-referencing information from multiple sources to corroborate findings and mitigate the risk of false positives or misleading data. 8. What role does threat hunting play in threat intelligence analysis, and how do you conduct effective threat hunting exercises? Answer: threat hunting involves proactively searching for signs of malicious activity within an organization's environment that may have evaded automated detection systems. Threat intelligence analysts utilize threat hunting to validate existing security controls, identify hidden threats, and uncover novel attack techniques. Effective threat hunting exercises typically involve hypothesis-driven analysis, leveraging threat intelligence insights, and leveraging advanced detection capabilities such as anomaly detection and behavioral analytics. 9. How do you communicate threat intelligence findings to non-technical stakeholders? Answer: communicating threat intelligence findings to non-technical stakeholders requires translating complex technical information into clear, actionable insights that align with business objectives and risk tolerance. This may involve using visualizations, executive summaries, and scenario-based narratives to illustrate the potential impact of threats on critical business functions, regulatory compliance, and reputation. Additionally, establishing regular communication channels and providing contextually relevant information can help build awareness and support for cybersecurity initiatives across the organization. 10. Can you provide an example of a threat intelligence analysis you conducted and the outcomes? Answer: certainly. In a recent threat intelligence analysis, I identified a series of phishing campaigns targeting employees within our organization, using spear phishing emails disguised as legitimate HR communications. By analyzing email headers, malicious URLs, and payload characteristics, I traced the campaigns back to a known threat actor group with a history of targeting organizations in our industry vertical. As a result, I recommended implementing additional email security controls, user awareness training, and threat hunting measures to detect and mitigate similar threats in the future, ultimately enhancing our overall cybersecurity resilience. 11. How do you analyze malware samples as part of threat intelligence operations? Answer: malware analysis involves dissecting malicious code to understand its functionality, behavior, and impact on systems. This process typically includes static analysis examining file metadata, strings, and code structure, and dynamic analysis executing the malware in a controlled environment to observe its runtime behavior. Threat intelligence analysts use malware analysis to identify indicators of compromised IOCs, determine the capabilities of threat actors, and develop countermeasures to protect against malware-based threats. 12. What strategies do you employ to stay updated on the latest cybersecurity threats and trends? Answer: to stay updated on the latest cybersecurity threats and trends, I actively participate in industry conferences, webinars, and forums where experts share insights and best practices. Additionally, regularly monitor reputable threat intelligence feeds, security blogs, and research publications to stay informed about emerging threats, new attack techniques, and defensive strategies. Engaging in hands-on training, such as Capture the Flag KTF competitions and threat simulation exercises, also helps me enhance my skills and stay abreast of evolving cyber threats. 13. How do you integrate threat intelligence into existing security tools and processes within an organization? Answer: integrating threat intelligence into existing security tools and processes involves establishing automated workflows and data feeds to ingest, analyze, and operationalize threat intelligence data. This may include integrating threat feeds with SIEM security information and event management systems, endpoint detection and response editor platforms, and network security appliances to enhance threat detection and response capabilities. Additionally, I collaborate with cross-functional teams to ensure that threat intelligence is incorporated into incident response playbooks, vulnerability management processes, and security awareness training programs. 14. Can you discuss the role of geopolitical intelligence in cybersecurity threat analysis? Answer. Geopolitical intelligence plays a crucial role in cybersecurity threat analysis by providing insights into nation-state actors, geopolitical tensions, and global events that may impact cyber threats. Analysts leverage geopolitical intelligence to understand the motivations, objectives, and capabilities of nation-state threat actors, assess the likelihood of cyber attacks targeting specific industries or regions, and anticipate potential cyber warfare scenarios. By incorporating geopolitical intelligence into threat analysis, organizations can better prioritize resources, enhance threat detection capabilities, and mitigate risks associated with geopolitical developments. 15. How do you conduct attribution in threat intelligence analysis, and what challenges do you encounter? Answer. Attribution in threat intelligence analysis involves identifying the individuals, groups, or nation-states behind cyber attacks based on available evidence, such as malware signatures, TTPs, infrastructure, and geopolitical context. However, attribution is often challenging due to the anonymity and deception techniques employed by threat actors, as well as the difficulty of obtaining conclusive evidence. Analysts must rely on a combination of technical analysis, geopolitical intelligence, and threat actor profiling to attribute cyber attacks accurately while acknowledging the limitations and uncertainties inherent in attribution efforts. 16. What methodologies do you use for threat modeling and risk assessment? Answer. For threat modeling, typically employ frameworks such as STRIDE, spoofing, tampering, repudiation, information disclosure, denial of service, elevation of privilege, or dread damage, reproducibility, exploitability, infected users, discoverability, to systematically identify potential threats and vulnerabilities within an organization's systems and applications. For risk assessment, I use methodologies like fair factor analysis of information risk, or NIST SP 800-30 to quantify and prioritize risks based on their impact, likelihood, and mitigating controls. These methodologies help organizations make informed decisions about resource allocation, risk mitigation strategies, and security investments. 17. How do you collaborate with external partners and industry peers for threat intelligence sharing? Answer. Collaborating with external partners and industry peers for threat intelligence sharing involves participating in information sharing organizations, ISACs, ISAOs, threat intelligence platforms, and public-private partnerships focused on cybersecurity. I contribute to collaborative efforts by sharing anonymized threat data, indicators of compromise IOCs, and actionable insights with trusted partners, while adhering to established sharing protocols and confidentiality agreements. By fostering a culture of collaboration and information sharing, organizations can collectively strengthen their cybersecurity defenses and resilience against cyber threats. 18. What strategies do you employ to detect and analyze insider threats using threat intelligence? Answer. To detect and analyze insider threats using threat intelligence, I leverage behavioral analytics, user activity monitoring, and data loss prevention DLP technologies to identify suspicious behavior, patterns, unauthorized access, and data exfiltration attempts. Additionally, I utilize threat intelligence feeds and historical data to profile insider threat actors, understand their motivations, and identify potential indicators of insider risk, such as disgruntlement, financial difficulties, or changes in behavior. By integrating threat intelligence into insider threat detection programs, organizations can mitigate the risks associated with insider threats more effectively. 19. How do you assess the impact of regulatory compliance requirements on threat intelligence operations? Answer. Regulatory compliance requirements such as GDPR, HIPAA, or PCI-DSS, often influence threat intelligence operations by imposing specific data protection and security standards that organizations must adhere to. I assess the impact of regulatory compliance requirements on threat intelligence operations by aligning threat intelligence practices with relevant compliance frameworks, identifying threats and vulnerabilities that may jeopardize regulatory compliance, and implementing controls and safeguards to mitigate compliance risks. By integrating threat intelligence into compliance management programs, organizations can enhance their ability to detect and respond to security threats while maintaining regulatory compliance. 20. Can you discuss the role of threat intelligence in incident response and crisis management? Answer: Threat intelligence plays a critical role in incident response and crisis management by providing actionable insights, context, and early warning indicators to facilitate rapid detection, containment, and recovery from security incidents. During incident response, threat intelligence informs decision-making processes, such as prioritizing alerts, identifying affected systems, and tracing the source of the attack. In crisis management scenarios, threat intelligence helps organizations anticipate and mitigate emerging threats, communicate effectively with stakeholders, and minimize the impact of security breaches on operations, reputation, and customer trust. By integrating threat intelligence into incident response and crisis management plans, organizations can enhance their resilience and readiness to respond to cybersecurity incidents effectively. 21. How do you analyze threat intelligence data to identify emerging trends and patterns? Answer: Analyzing threat intelligence data to identify emerging trends and patterns involves aggregating, correlating, and contextualizing data from diverse sources, such as threat feeds, incident reports, and open-source intelligence audit. I use data analysis techniques, such as data mining, machine learning, and statistical analysis, to identify commonalities, anomalies, and correlations within the data. By identifying emerging trends and patterns, organizations can anticipate future threats, adjust their security strategies, and allocate resources more effectively to mitigate risks and vulnerabilities. 22. Can you describe the role of threat intelligence in vulnerability management and patch prioritization? Answer: Threat intelligence plays a crucial role in vulnerability management and patch prioritization by providing insights into the likelihood and potential impact of exploitation for known vulnerabilities. I leverage threat intelligence to prioritize patches based on factors such as the severity of the vulnerability, the availability of exploit code, and the presence of active threat actors targeting the vulnerability. By integrating threat intelligence into vulnerability management processes, organizations can focus their patching efforts on the most critical vulnerabilities, reduce the window of exposure to cyber threats, and mitigate the risk of security breaches and data loss. 23. How do you evaluate the effectiveness of threat intelligence programs and initiatives? Answer: Evaluating the effectiveness of threat intelligence programs and initiatives involves defining key performance indicators (KPIs), such as mean time to detect MTD, mean time to respond MTR, and the number of actionable intelligence alerts generated. I assess the impact of threat intelligence by measuring improvements in threat detection capabilities, reduction in dwell time, and the ability to prevent or mitigate security incidents. Additionally, I solicit feedback from stakeholders, conduct post-mortem reviews of security incidents, and perform periodic audits of threat intelligence processes and procedures to identify areas for improvement and optimization. 24. How do you incorporate threat intelligence into security awareness training and employee education programs? Answer: Incorporating threat intelligence into security awareness training and employee education programs involves creating targeted training materials, simulations, and case studies that highlight real-world threats and their potential impact on the organization. I utilize threat intelligence insights to educate employees about common attack vectors, phishing techniques, and social engineering tactics used by threat actors. By providing relevant, timely threat intelligence information to employees, organizations can empower them to recognize and report suspicious activity, adhere to security best practices, and contribute to a culture of cybersecurity awareness and vigilance. 25. Can you discuss the role of threat intelligence in strategic planning and decision-making for cybersecurity investments? Answer: Threat intelligence plays a crucial role in strategic planning and decision-making for cybersecurity investments by providing data-driven insights into emerging threats, attack trends, and vulnerabilities relevant to the organization's industry, vertical, and business objectives. I leverage threat intelligence to assess the effectiveness of existing security controls, identify gaps in defenses, and prioritize investments in technologies, processes, and personnel based on the organization's risk appetite and tolerance. By aligning cybersecurity investments with threat intelligence insights, organizations can enhance their resilience against evolving cyber threats and maintain a proactive posture in addressing emerging security challenges. 26. How do you assess the impact of geopolitical events on cyber threats targeting organizations? Answer: Assessing the impact of geopolitical events on cyber threats involves monitoring global developments, such as political tensions, economic sanctions, and military conflicts, to identify potential motivations and opportunities for cyber attacks. I analyze the geopolitical landscape to understand the relationships between nation-states, threat actor groups, and targeted industries or regions. By correlating geopolitical intelligence with threat actor behavior and attack patterns, organizations can anticipate and mitigate cyber threats stemming from geopolitical tensions and conflicts. 27. Can you discuss the role of deception technology in threat intelligence operations? Answer: Deception technology plays a strategic role in threat intelligence operations. By deploying decoy systems, networks, and assets to lure and deceive adversaries, gather intelligence on their tactics, and detect unauthorized activities, I leverage deception technology to create breadcrumbs, honey tokens, and decrypt documents that mimic legitimate assets and entice threat actors into revealing their presence and intentions. By integrating deception technology with threat intelligence platforms and security controls, organizations can enhance their ability to detect, analyze, and respond to sophisticated cyber threats effectively. 28. How do you conduct retrospective analysis of past security incidents using threat intelligence? Answer: Conducting retrospective analysis of past security incidents using threat intelligence involves reviewing historical incident data, logs, and forensic evidence to identify indicators of compromise, IOCs, malware artifacts, and attack techniques employed by threat actors. I leverage threat intelligence feeds and reports to contextualize and attribute past incidents to known threat actor groups, malware families, or attack campaigns. By conducting retrospective analysis, organizations can gain insights into their adversaries' tactics, develop countermeasures to prevent future attacks, and enhance their overall cybersecurity posture. 29. What strategies do you employ to ensure the timely dissemination of actionable threat intelligence within an organization? Answer: To ensure the timely dissemination of actionable threat intelligence within an organization, I establish automated workflows and communication channels to deliver intelligence alerts, reports, and updates to relevant stakeholders in real time. I leverage threat intelligence platforms, tips, and collaboration tools to centralize, prioritize, and distribute intelligence feeds based on predefined criteria, such as severity, relevance, and impact. Additionally, conduct regular briefings, workshops, and training sessions to educate stakeholders about the importance of threat intelligence and empower them to respond effectively to emerging threats. 30. How do you measure the effectiveness of threat intelligence in improving security outcomes and reducing cyber risk? Answer: measuring the effectiveness of threat intelligence in improving security outcomes and reducing cyber risk involves establishing key performance indicators (KPIs) and metrics to track the impact of threat intelligence initiatives on security posture, incident response capabilities, and risk mitigation efforts. I evaluate the effectiveness of threat intelligence by measuring indicators such as the reduction in mean time to detect MTD and mean time to respond (MTR) to security incidents, the number of successful threat detections and mitigations, and the overall reduction in cyber risk exposure. By quantifying the value of threat intelligence in tangible terms, organizations can demonstrate its return on investment (ROI) and make informed decisions about resource allocation and cybersecurity strategy. In conclusion, cybersecurity threat intelligence analysts play a vital role in identifying, analyzing, and mitigating cyber threats to organizations. By leveraging a combination of technical expertise, threat intelligence insights, and strategic thinking, these professionals help organizations anticipate, detect, and respond to evolving cyber threats effectively. Through proactive threat intelligence operations, collaboration with internal and external stakeholders, and continuous improvement efforts, organizations can enhance their cybersecurity, resilience, and protect their critical assets from cyber attacks. For more exciting tips, tricks, and more importantly, for valuable insights of interviews, please share, like, and subscribe to my channel. It has a lot of valuable information about various insights of interviews. It has a wide range of real-world portfolio projects of various technologies for interviews, and it has wide range of most asked interview questions and answers of various technologies like data science, SAP, AWS, DevOps, and full-stack web development, and more that will be useful during interviews. It has a wide range of most asked interview questions and answers and real-world portfolio projects of various technologies for freshers, for 2 to 3 years, experienced candidates, and for 5 or above years, experienced candidates to test their skills by knowing most asked interview questions and make themselves ready for interviews.